So much for joining. I have Dorcas. Dorcas won. What was your award that you won, by the way? Let me find it. I gotta find it. Dorcas won an award, and this was voted by our entire cohort. I have to find it. The most participatory cohort 3. Congratulations. I'd like you to introduce yourself. Let everyone get to know who Dorcas is.
Yes. My name is Dorcas Sina-Olulana. My background is in STEM, which is basically science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I studied electronics and computer engineering. And I've moved on from there to work in various sectors, from banking to consulting to telecommunication. In all of this, I consider myself a T-shaped professional simply because while I have, by virtue of my training and education, I have a good grasp of the technology world, which is where I've spent most of my career. But the part that I'm really passionate about is how the so-called technology delivers value to the business. Because it's a big, there's usually a big disconnect between, technology and then what the business value that it's meant to deliver. So that's why instead of going the line of, I did do a little bit of programming, a little bit of infrastructure, but my forte really is service management, which helps me to look at the IT services from the perspective of the business. And recently, I have developed interest in agile. I have a PMP certification. I've done a couple of projects, but I keep hearing agile, scrum, and I was like, what is that all about? And that was one of the things that brought me to Mentor. Currently, I'm completing my graduate studies, master's in software engineering, which for me, again, the focus is not to be writing codes and everything. I just want to understand the technical world and then blend it with my business experience to deliver value to organizations that I get to work for. So that's.
I'd like you to read that your quote behind you. It's something that drew me because I said I was going to copy it. Read it out because it's important that people hear that. I'd like you to read it.
Okay. Let me see how I can make it bigger. I don't have it verbatim. I can just paraphrase it. I will not allow. Okay, yes. I will not limit me by allowing people to project on me their opinion of what I can or cannot do. I will go out there, I will conquer, I'll be courageous, I'm smart, I'm confident, I'm hopeful. I am unapologetically me.
I am unapologetically Mercy. So you better get it. Thank you so much for that introduction. And I'm super, super proud. I remember when you reached out to me, one of the things that you said, you don't like to learn Nigerian.
No.
No. You don't like Nigerians to teach you because I don't blame you because there's so many cowboys out there in the name of trainers, just awash. I've paid for some courses and I'm like, what the hell did I pay for? So I didn't blame you. So tell us your experience on the cohort 3.
Experience at cohort 3 Learntor. It was an amazing experience. So I was reflecting on it, I think sometimes last week, and I did like jot down a couple of things. I like to put my thoughts together. So let's talk about the content and the delivery of the courses. We had 3 major courses. We had the Agile, Scrum, we had the business analysis class and the data analytics with emphasis on Power BI. The first thing that jumped out at me is the fact that there is some form of correlation between these 3 courses. So it's not like you are having to learn disparate things. In business analysis, we mention agile, we mention data analytics. There's no how you're going to be a good business analyst without understanding the value of data and being able to draw insights for them. So I like the way that the courses kind of complemented each other. And I also like the, sorry, let me just revisit my note. I also like the fact that it wasn't just theory. Here, I wrote down baptism of tools. You know, at the end, at the beginning of the class, it was like everyone was all over the place. Mercy was shouting about mural board. While we're trying to understand what mural board was about, she started talking about Trello, and then she now brought Atlassian's Jira and Confluence. I was like, what is wrong with this woman? But because personally, I like challenges. And I like to say to myself, if XYZ person can figure it out, then I should be able to figure it out. Exactly. And so I took the bull by the horn, and I'm very, very happy that mural board, Trello, Confluence, Jira, they are things that are not, they're no longer Greek to me like it was, you know, at the beginning of the class. And you know, we could see the theory, learn the theory, and then we can go to the tool. I actually did use Jira to run a sprint for the WIS Agile Nigeria project, which
yes, we're also talking about it, yeah.
Which is also a Learntor initiative, and it was so cool to be able to see, to be able to create my product backlog. I was both the product owner and the Scrum Master for that project. It was really cool to be able to see how Jira was. And another thing that jumped out at me is the fact that these are skills, these are knowledge that are in demand globally. So I see job descriptions and they're asking for a knowledge of Confluence, how to use Jira, how to use mural board, how to use Trello, and all of that. So it was really an interesting thing. Then one thing that I would also like to mention, which, Mercy, I'm sure that I already sound like a broken record telling you this, is the quality of your faculty. Adekunle Talabi, Tolu Fadola, Ayodeji, my gentle talking Ayodeji Folari, of course, the Grand Scrum Master Scott, Claudia and David for design thinking. They were absolutely phenomenal. The content was solid because of the way, the manner of delivery of those people. They are not just talking book knowledge, they're talking out of their experience. You know, you hear Adekunle Talabi, you know, in fact, at some point in my dream, I could hear, use the industry slogan, use the industry slogan. And, you know, I understand where it's coming from, because it's not just interested in us getting the certification and, okay, what? You should be able to go for interviews and ace it. You should have a good understanding of what you are learning. So the faculty, I doff my hats for them. I am extremely proud that most of them are Nigerians like myself, because it plays, you know, it amplifies the fact that whatever may be happening here, it's not a reflection of who we are as a person, that we are damn smart, we are intelligent, and, you know, we are pushing the boundaries. We are letting the world know that, oh, our environment may be this way, but in terms of our intellect, in terms of what we are capable of, we are up there and we can, you know, compete very well on the global scene, basically. I think I've touched everything, yes.
That is amazing. I'm not going to lie. That is, I don't know if I should ask any question, because honestly, you have encapsulated, but I'd like to talk about your experience starting a live project and see it come to reality. The WIS Agile Nigeria. Dorcas, are you there? Or is it my network? Okay. So Dorcas is one of the most brilliant, she's doing a master's in software engineering. She's a graduate of computer science. She has quite a grasp of this industry. However, but she is still an ardent learner that is not going to stop learning just because, no, she's going to continue to improve just to scale, because the goal for us is we're not raising followers, we're raising leaders. She self-organized with a team of 5 people, worked on Who is Agile Nigeria from end to end. I didn't go down and reading. When they finished, they just said they're done. So that's the opportunity that we offer at Learntor, a hands-on practical learning experience where you are actually immersed in the process of learning. So Learntor offers design thinking, data analytics, agile Scrum itself by the scrum.org professionals trainer, plus Scrum certification and data analytics. So if you're not signed up, right now is at 300. I assure you by the end of December, it's going to go to 500K. So, and the reason we're doing this is because, listen, the complexity of Nigeria knows no bound. The truth of the matter is we cannot wait for our government because we don't have the system, an enabling system for us to thrive. But what we do have is the mind of Nigerians, the brilliance, the sheer brilliance for them to want to make a difference. And that's what speaks volume. So it's okay. So that's part of adapting. It's the reality of our country. It's what it is. So absolutely. I was asking you to speak on your experience on the end-to-end of working on Who is Agile Nigeria. I was sharing before you came on, I said, you did that project not because I told you what to do, but because you were exposed to the knowledge of how to use those tools, which are enablers for you to be able to see something from end to end, learn from it, and document it. Digital technologies, the tools are enablers. They are not the focus. The people is the focus. So I didn't breathe on you till you finish. All I saw on LinkedIn was Eve's posting, Who is Agile Nigeria is done. So what I'm asking you now is share your experience, because when we say hands-on learning, it's how far anyone wants to go. Nobody's going to tell you to come and do this. You push yourself because you did it. You just announced, Mercy, I'm ready. I know we had exams. So speak about your experience on the Who is Agile Nigeria.
Yes, Who is Agile Nigeria was an inherited project from Cohort 2, and a big shout out to Yves and Emmanuel Umoke, who did a lot of the background work. Like I said earlier, I like challenges. I like to challenge myself and see how far I can go. And so when Mercy, you suggested that, oh, Dorcas, why don't you be the product owner for the project? I was like, oh, well, let's see how this goes. And it was, I think I had to like get the exam behind me and then be able to focus on it. And because of the values that Agile preaches, which is not about the individual, but it's about a collection of people, a group of people with focus, who have a focus on delivering value. I announced and got some volunteers from my colleagues and Cohort 3. And then we decided that we were going to run this like a typical Scrum project, which means we were willing to put into place the Scrum events, the artifacts, which we started with was the product backlog. So we had a product backlog which had the tasks that we're meant to do. And basically, Who is Agile Nigeria, the book, is a living book. A living book in the sense that it's published on Learntorme. It means that if I do not, for instance, like the way a particular name was spelled or there was an error in the way the name was spelled, I can go back and edit it. And the book is basically just documenting the stories of Agilists like you and I, who have, forayed into the world of Agile, and what their journeys have been like, what their experiences are like, words of wisdom from them, the things that have helped them, the challenges they have faced, and all of that. So we had, I think we documented, the first volume of the book had like, I think about 20 Agilists whose profiles we documented, and we were able to, the project itself involved a little bit of technical knowledge because we had to do some things on GitHub. And it was interesting because Yves showed us what to do. And then as a team, we tried to figure out among ourselves, revisiting his training videos, how to move from point A to point B. We were able to use Jira to document our, to track the project, basically. So we had tasks assigned on Jira. Everybody was seeing the progress as we're moving from one level to the other. And it was really a nice experience for everyone. And personally, I look forward to running more projects, and getting better and better with the tools, and also having a very, very good grasp and experience of the Agile way of working.
We have an exciting project loading. We'll share later. But thanks so much for sharing. Thank you, despite the internet connectivity, for coming to tell us about your experience. And cohort 4 starts July 27th. If you're yet to sign up now. Don't waste too long. Okay, thank you so much, Dorcas, and have a beautiful day.
And you too,
I wish you more success. I can't wait.
Thank you very much.